Maybe try and live a Pobelta, snags a kill. Now they watch it. Oh, he's gonna go down. Michael swoops back into the run. Adrian, the knockup again to channel through. The taunt is in. That's gonna be one. That should be a second. Altec. That long the
Hey guys, Parks Owsley here with the Game House, joined today by Apollo of Clutch Gaming. Talk to me a little bit about the game. How were you able to so cleanly defeat TSM this week compared to last week?
I think our early game last week was pretty atrocious, and not to mention we kind of drafted like a later game composition. So not only do we have a week early game, we kind of like played into them a little bit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, last week TSM didn't really punish our early mistakes. They kind of just stalled the game out, and it was definitely a little bit lucky. I'm not gonna lie, but anyways, this week we focused a lot more on our early game, and we drafted like more of an early game composition. So I think the way we played it was really well. I think we did a really good job of controlling the game. We did a really good job of controlling the objectives for the most part. And yeah, I think we actually punished them for picking like such a team fight heavy comp, and they had like really weak early game in that as a result of that. So we just kind of ran over them after we got a good gold lead. Maybe it was like 5K gold lead I think at that point, and we just ran over them.
Awesome. So where are you all going moving forward? You're on a 4-0 win streak. We are now more than halfway through the season. Is it all just about preparing for playoffs, trying to get solidified for that? Or are you still focusing a lot on each individual game?
I think it's each individual game. I know we're on we're on a nice win streak right now, but we did play, like, the teams that we played weren't that great. I mean, obviously TSM were kind of known to be really strong, but I think they're kind of in a slump right now. Mm-hmm. And so I don't want to say that they're like one of the top teams at the moment. I think us competing against Team Liquid, Echo Fox, and Cloud9 are like the most important matches, because if we can't even like come close to beating them, then we're not going to be able to do well in playoffs anyways. So I think we're looking at it more of like a match at a time and just keep on improving from our mistakes.
Awesome, cool. So you mentioned, I talked to you a few weeks ago, you mentioned that coming into 8.2, it was kind of shifting into your meta in the bot lane. That has proven to be true from what I've seen. How do you feel about the meta now, and what is exciting for you?
Honestly, nothing much has changed too much in the bot lane in terms of like picks. It's just like the Relic Shield, right? So I think the picks are actually pretty similar. You see like a lot of Ezreal, Varus. I think the only one changed at the moment is Kog'Maw, because Kog'Maw got like gutted this last patch. But I think we're just playing better. I don't think it had anything too much to do with like the patch, but I mean, it definitely helped us a little bit because I wasn't that comfortable in the hyper carries, and yeah. But I mean, we're just getting better as a team, and it just makes us I think it makes us as individuals look even better at that point too.
Mm-hmm. And Fevivin talked a little in the after game interview on stage about how it was really nice for him having such a solid bot lane. How does it affect you guys as a bot lane having someone so solid in the mid?
I mean, yeah, it's just like, right, I think everyone on our team is really, we're working really hard, so maybe if we don't perform well in the bot lane, we have other people to like kind of carry us, right? Mm-hmm. And I guess same goes if we don't have somebody doing well in the mid lane or the top lanes, like we can pull our own weight as well and like make sure that we stay in the game, because we're not all gonna have our best games, right? And I think we all trust each other right now, and I think we're doing a really good job of like looking at our mistakes and actually learning from it rather than like being defensive about it. I think we've understood like what we need to work on the most, and we're just trying really hard every single week to do that.
Cool. One last thing, I think it was on the Hotline League show, they talked some about RNG. And I'm curious as to what your thoughts are about having random stuff in a game, in an esport specifically. Obviously there's crit, but then there's also stuff like the dragon. It could be anything. What are the benefits of having this random thing happen every game that's different? And what are the drawbacks? And do you think it's something necessary that adds to the game, or is it something that it might be a little better if it wasn't there?
I think it's a little bit more exciting to have the RNG, not like specifically with the dragons. Obviously it's like, because you can kind of like see it in both ways, right? It's like, oh, they got the first dragon in really early and it was an ocean drake, right? Mm-hmm. And you're like, well, I mean, that sucks. Yeah. Like, it's really bad. And so it feels really bad when it happens to you. But at the same time, it's like, you should play around that first off, and you can be the ones getting the Ocean Drake too. So it's like, I don't know, I think it's like adds a little bit of element to the game. But I think another example of like a bad RNG is kind of like the Zoe W, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like where you can just randomly get good drops, what spell drops,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you can get like a TP, and I think it affects lane a lot. So in that aspect, it's kind of annoying. I could just be saying that because Zoe's already broken as well. But yeah, I think, in terms of like a dragon and crit, I guess, but crit is like whatever, right? That's just there. And yeah, I think besides that, I don't think it's that much of an issue. I think it adds a little bit to the game. So I don't know.
Cool. Sweet. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Best of luck going forward. I hope to see the win streak continue
Yeah,
for
me
you
too.
guys. And I look forward to seeing you all as you move on.
Sweet. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.